Here we are, friends, for this evening's walking meditation. Though, of course, if you're seated, you can follow along as well. You don't have to be on your feet to enjoy this meditation with me. Thank you for coming. It's good to be here, sharing this mindful moment with you. As I walk across this wide open space at the back of my home, feeling the sensations of the grass through the soles of my shoes. I'm not quite so much of a hippie yet that I'm walking barefoot, certainly not in this cold November weather here in the UK. But wherever you are, whatever the climate is like for you right now, take this opportunity to be with it as it is, with no interpretation, no judgment, no label, no description. All this really is precisely as it is. There is no need for us to colour it with our descriptions, to say anything about it. There's no need to articulate it to ourselves. Just let everything be. And that, of course, includes sensations that you may think of as within yourself. All the sensations that make up you. The game is to let these be as they are, also without label, judgment, interpretation, or description. A feeling comes. Can you allow it to simply be sensation and not call it anything? Can you not call it anything? A thought comes. Can you not think another thought in response to this thought? Can you let that thought be like any other sound in the environment? I hear some wind chimes in someone's garden. I hear people playing sport nearby. Can I allow for a thought to exist in that same space? Yes, I can. And yes, you can. We give thoughts special importance as if they matter more than other stuff in the environment. They don't. They don't. Certainly not while we're here having this mindful moment together. No need to give anything special status. Allow all of the appearances in your direct experience right now to exist in the same space, or rather, to say it more accurately, simply acknowledge that that is the case. It is already the case that anything that you experience exists within the same basic space. And that space, of course, is awareness. Awareness. That which is, as the ground of experience, as experience comes, as experience goes, and in between experience. A thought comes, it comes within awareness. A thought goes, it goes within awareness. Its coming and going is known only by, in, as, and through awareness. And that awareness remains after that thought goes. It remains before the next one comes along. This is what we're pointing out when we say that awareness is the basis of all experience. It's the trippiest thing, and it's hidden in the plainest view. So simple is this ultimate truth of our reality that we miss it the whole time we're huffing and puffing trying to do, quote, spiritual practice to figure out who we really are. All of that huffing and puffing is only known by, in, as, and through awareness, which remains pure, untouched, unharmed, unfazed, in the presence of all of our tragedy and all of our enlightenment. This is what is meant in the old texts when it is said, there is no distinction between samsara and nirvana. There is no distinction between illusion and enlightenment. Anything that can be known is only an appearance. And the whole game that we're playing here, whether you're a seasoned mindfulness practitioner or this is the first meditation you've ever done, the game that we're playing is to identify as that awareness, as opposed to what we've been doing our whole lives, which is to identify as the contents of that awareness, such as the body, the thoughts, the feelings, the memories, the stuff. You are not the stuff. You are that which is aware of stuff. And this is what the Buddha was pointing out when he used the word deathless. As awareness, you do not die, nor are you born. Only appearances are born, and only appearances die. Only appearances come and go. But the basic space in which all of this occurs remains. So let's contemplate this together. And when I say contemplate in this context, I don't mean let's think it through. I mean let's bathe in this truth. Now maybe you feel that there is some contemplation for you to do on this. Maybe as I speak, you're thinking, what is this dude talking about? This can't possibly be the case. Well, I encourage you to do as my teachers encouraged me to do, as all good teachers encourage all students to do, test this in your own direct experience. What is reality like for you right now? Is it the case that awareness appears within your body? Or is it the case that your body appears within awareness? Is it the case that awareness appears within your body? Or is it that your body appears within awareness? What is it really like for you right now? Feel free to disagree with me. If your experience is that awareness appears within your body, do let me know. I'd be fascinated to hear from you. For me, it's the case that the body, the sensations that make up what we call the body, appear within awareness, and they come and go. So for example, if I consider my left elbow right now, which for some reason is the example that I always go to, probably because we don't tend to spend a lot of time thinking about our left elbows, do we? But now here it is. You can probably have this experience with me. There it is. There's that left elbow. Undeniable. The sensations of the left elbow are there. Previously they weren't. Now, this is not to say that the left elbow does not exist on the relative level. But it is to say that the left elbow comes and goes at the ultimate level, at the level of direct experience. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. It's my hope that with these kinds of plain language thought experiments, I can demystify some of what's spoken about in the ancient literature when they talk about things like the body being an illusion. This is all they mean. This is all they mean. The body comes and goes in direct experience, as do thoughts, as do feelings. And the benefit of this is that when you see it this way, you can hold it all much more lightly. Many people don't like their bodies. What a shame. But if they see that the body is just something that comes and goes, they don't have to feel bad about it. Indeed, from this vantage point, it would be easier to do something to change the appearance of the body, because now one is not so depressed about it. One might simply take it on as an art project. Many people don't like their thoughts. Many people don't like their mind. Well, good news. The mind isn't there all the time. You don't have the experience of having a mind very often at all. But there is this assumption that somehow the brain is a storehouse of memories, thoughts. On the relative level, this is true. On the ultimate level of direct experience, the mind comes and goes. It is an appearance, known by, in, as, and through awareness. Same deal with the feelings. And so from here we hold them lightly. A bad feeling comes up, we say, well, it won't be here for long. I've had bad feelings before, I've survived every single one of them. I've had bad thoughts before, I've survived every one of them. No big deal. And it's in this light holding of the thoughts and the feelings that the nasty ones naturally subside. It's when you buy in that things like anxiety are perpetuated. Anxiety is a mental feedback loop. Thinking about thinking about thinking. Worrying about worrying about worrying. But when that first worry is allowed to simply pass by as though it were any other sound in the environment, no big deal. Oh, look, there goes anxiety. Okay. There goes a worry. Okay. Well, I don't have to worry about it anymore. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. We'll see what happens in the next moment. See that lightness? That's the way to hold worry. Perfectly acceptable to worry. It's a natural human function. Indeed, the more you try to suppress worry or stop it happening, well, that in itself is a kind of worry. You're already worried about worry. So just relax. This is the most profound spiritual instruction that has ever been given or ever will be given, is to rest naturally without seeking or describing anything. Indeed, any other spiritual instruction is only pointing towards that as the ultimate destination anyway. Natural rest. I quote this all the time. Ram Dass said, "Do you want to be a meditator or do you want to be free?" Now that may seem to be a slight against meditation, but it's not. Meditation is fine. Meditation is wholesome. Nothing wrong with meditation at all. We could meditate our whole lives and it would be a good life. But if we're attached to meditation, if we have to meditate in order to feel good, in order to not worry, we're still in a trap. Freedom means freedom. No requirements. No obligations. No needs. And so for as long as we have to meditate, we're still stuck. Now, an attachment to meditation is a lot better than an attachment to cocaine. And so if you're in a position where it's wise to replace one with another, you feel like you have to do something, then I strongly recommend meditation over recreational drug use. But that's not the ultimate destination. The ultimate destination is freedom in all circumstances. Now you might think to yourself, well, if I were free, I would just take cocaine all the time. But no, you wouldn't. Because you'd know in the very ingesting of the substance that it was damaging. And in our relaxed, natural state, we are beneficial to self and other. That's our true nature. And indeed, our largest sample size of 100 million monks show us that when human beings get quiet, they become kind, they become compassionate, they become content and carefree. This is our default mode, and so I encourage you to rest naturally without seeking or describing anything. Not just now, as you're listening to this, but in every moment that you remember. It doesn't need to be a long moment, and it doesn't need to be a specific number of moments. Just a single brief moment of rest and acceptance. Just accept everything exactly as it is. Whether you're out walking with me right now, or you're indoors, whatever is going on for you, whatever thoughts, whatever feelings, whatever sensations, whatever the story is that has been this day, this week, this month, this year, your entire lifetime. It's all led you to this single moment with this single set of sensations, thoughts, feelings. And you can accept all of that as it is. Doing so is your freedom.